Welcome back to the Citizens Fancast. As always, I'm your host, Evan, and today we have a special Christmas episode. The only thing special about it is the fact that I'm recording on Christmas, so that's how much I appreciate you guys and want to make your week better. So actually, I just don't have a ton going on today, in all honesty. All my other Christmas stuff took place on the other day, so thank you guys for listening in, and a Merry Christmas and a Happy Holidays to everybody. Hope you enjoyed your holiday. Hope you continue to enjoy your holiday, and hopefully you get a bunch of city stuff under your Christmas tree. And if not, then hopefully you got something you like. So thank you guys for listening, like I said, and just a lot to talk about this week. But before I get into that, I just kind of want to go over just this season in a whole, and just everything that we've accomplished this year is just kind of incredible when you truly think about it, right? We were about a month or two in, and basically a lot of people wrote us off for the title, and it looked like, we had never completed Champions League, so whatever, and the FA Cup was what it is. Obviously we have a shot at that. Sorry about that. But just taking a look at what we've truly accomplished this year, I mean, we have obviously just the three I just listed off. We won the Premier League for the third time in a row when we were, 12 points back from Arsenal, and they led 90% of the year. And just the push to do that, and I think that helped with Champions League as well, be able to win that for the first time, an FA Cup final against United, making that honestly just so much more important and special. A goal in 12 seconds, fastest goal ever in a FA Cup final. And then to carry it over from the summer into the new season, and just two more trophies with the Super Cup and now the World Cup, and the fastest goal ever in a Club World Cup final as well. So just incredible when you truly, truly think about it. I mean, it's a special year, definitely one that I'll never forget, one that for me is honestly one of the best years of my life, just because we accomplished so much, and there's so many fans who don't even get to celebrate 5 trophies in their lifetime, let alone 5 in a year. So don't take this for granted. It's not going to happen every year. It's rare that it happens. So appreciate what you guys have witnessed this year, because it was special, and it was most definitely one of the greatest years to experience as a City fan. So something I'll never forget. 2023 will definitely go down as probably my favorite season ever, because I don't see this ever being topped, in all honesty. So just a special note there on the season in a whole. But what a year, right? And let's get into the Club World Cup. So like I said going in, it's something we should have won, right? We're better than the teams there. There's a reason that the European teams win most of the time. It's just because they're the better teams. It's no secret that the best football that's played is in Europe. No one logical is gonna argue that with you. So Red Diamonds in the first match, I didn't know a ton about them. Basically, from what I could tell, their philosophy was, let's play a back 11 and see if we can not get scored on. So and it worked for a lot of the match, but obviously that's kind of something it's not sustainable. You're not gonna be able to keep the ball out the entire match. So lineup for the match was Ederson, Walker, Kanji, Ake, Stones, Rodri, Kovacic, Grealish, Foden, Bernardo, and Nunez. Going in, I expected Foden as a false 9. Obviously, we saw that. We won a title with that a couple of years ago. So I expected Foden to be there. Seemed like it was more Bernardo, Nunez at times. Kind of just players switching spots and, just rotating is probably the best word for it. So 74% of possession. Obviously ended up winning the match 3-0. An own goal in the 46th minute. Kovacic in the 52nd minute with an incredible pass from Walker, an incredible through ball, and then Bernardo Silva in the 59th minute, which had another incredible ball from Akanji out to Nunez and ended up bouncing its way to Bernardo, who finished it off. So kind of one of those things where we were dominant, constant pressure, everyone behind the ball. It took a little bit to get into the match, and I think that's kind of what I've mentioned earlier in the year, where you have games where it's going to be a little bit about feeling out the opponent and seeing how they're coming at you, how they're going to play, and then once you can kind of get a handle of that, get an understanding, it's easier to get everything to click and just move forward and play your style and figure out how your style fits around beating their style. I think that's kind of what it was. They had a little bit of pressure on us at the beginning, but not too much. And then once we took control, it was basically over. It was just a matter of getting a goal. So obviously the first goal was an own goal, pass from Kovacic. He created, or not Kovacic, I apologize. Pass from Nunez. He created that. So it was kind of one of those scenarios where it felt like once we got a goal, we were always going to get more because it forced them to move bodies forward and be able to put pressure themselves. You're not just going to sit back for 90 minutes and let yourself just absorb all that pressure. At some point, you need to go forward and try to attack on your own and score goals on your own. So it was always going to be kind of a thing of, well, at some point, they got to come at us and attempt to attack or do something. It was just a matter of getting that first goal. You get the first one, they're forced to come forward a little bit more. You don't have so many bodies back behind the ball. Then we can get a second. Same thing. They're forced to come more forward, and then we obviously get the third. So a clean sheet and another first goal for a City player with Kovacic. Obviously been at the Club World Cup before with Chelsea and Madrid, so he's won it now 4 times. So congrats to him. That's pretty incredible, and first player ever to do it with 3 different clubs. So good for him. And there's not much more to be said on that one, in all honesty. It was a dominant match. Felt like we were better. Felt like we should win and always were going to win. And basically at the end of the day, that's kind of what ended up happening. We were just the better squad, and they couldn't really compete with us. So good match, won it, and that's it. We were just better. So for me, Nunez was the man of the match. He's just incredible. He's showing each and every game how he can improve, continue to improve, get better, and just be a consistent player, a playmaker for us, and he's showing that each match. Unfortunate that he didn't start the final just because of how well he had played, but it all worked out well. So obviously we won that. So Friday, Fluminense is who we played in the final, team from Brazil. I didn't know much on them either. So again, something you expect to win. So lineup: Ederson, Walker, Stones, Diaz, Ake, Rico Lewis, Rodri, Bernardo Silva, Foden, Grealish, and Alvarez. So some guys got to rest earlier in the week to be able to play in this match, and they played an interesting style. So we ended up with 54% of possession. They never really strayed from their style of possession and trying to play out of the back and things like that. We almost caught them out a couple times, but obviously right off the bat, Ake had an open shot. He took it. I wish it would have gone in because that would have been an incredible goal, channeling his inner company with that shot. But our player's in a good position. Alvarez fouls it up, chests it in, 1-0, and then an own goal in the 27th. Foden with a goal in the 72nd with an assist from Alvarez, and then Alvarez with another goal in the 88th minute with an assist from Nunez. So dominant game, 4-0. It probably could have been more, probably should have been more. But like I said, now twice, fastest goal ever in a Club World Cup final. And it's not just the trophies that we won, it's what we're doing along the way, the records we're breaking and everything we're doing. It's been an incredible run, and it's just great. So I mentioned it in the first match. The second match, it was kind of the same way, taking time to feel out your opponent. So take the first 20 or so minutes, feel them out. They put decent pressure on us, in all honesty, but I think it helped that we had that goal, force them to come at us a little bit, kind of give us their best shot right away to try to figure out how to break us down and beat us. So they came at us right away. Obviously, we held strong, didn't get scored on, a few sketchy moments, but and then we kind of played into the match more as it came along. Got a second, got a third, got a fourth, and really could have, honestly, like I said, had more than that. So just a good overall match. I feel like the reffing was a little but whatever. It is what it is. The one thing I wanted to talk about was on our second goal, which ended up being the own goal, but with the pass across the 18 from Foden. A lot of people will not really notice what Grealish did on that one, and I know he gets a lot of crap for passing it sideways and passing it backwards, but what Grealish did on that goal is he got the ball out wide, held on to it a little bit, and two defenders came over to defend him, creating space in the middle. So two defenders came over, he passes it back to Rodri. Foden fills that space then that was created by Grealish hanging on to the ball and the defender moving. Accepting pressure from the defense to open up space for others. So with his ability to do that, he's creating so much more space, and he doesn't have to be a person who's getting the assists and goals to be effective. It's just a style that works, and he did it a ton last year. I mentioned it last year on the podcast how much he did that, but he's just it's something that a lot of people won't notice, but all that credit of the goal goes to him because he's the one who created the space for it. And it's really just kind of a thing of you need to it's noticing those things so he doesn't always get the crap. I feel like he gets so much unnecessary crap, and it's annoying, but just a little note there of how he impacts the game without having to get a goal or an assist. But one thing I wanted to point out in the match, I don't want to be rude towards teams of South America or anything like that, but it feels like a lot of those teams, when a game is gone, it kind of gets out of control. Challenges come in that shouldn't, and that's where I feel like the ref needs to control the match, get it back to a point, and we almost lost Rodri. From what I've heard, he's okay. I don't think he trained on the 24th, so hopefully he's available for Everton. But it just shows what can happen. You have these teams who, they don't care how they play against us. They don't care if they injure any of our players, and it's unfortunate because that's not professional. That's not how you should play. No team should do that. If you're losing, lose with respect. In all honesty, don't need to divulge into that. But a little bit unfortunate that the match had to come down to that at the end. But we got our players out. Hopefully Rodri's good. Should have got away without any injuries. He was celebrating just fine. So it's just something you got to deal with sometimes. But that's something where refs need to get it under control. I mean, Rodri said that he wanted to cry when the challenge came in, just because he knows how important he is to this team, and the rest of us know it too. So it's not something where you want to deal with. It's a weird thing too. It's not something you want to talk about. I don't want to sit here and talk about, oh, the other team was trying to injure us, but at times it kind of felt that way, in all honesty. So it's not something it's not professional, and it's not a way you should play, in all honesty, at the end of the day. So I think they need to take a look at themselves and just be better. I mean, just be better than what they are, because it's not okay. That's not an okay way to play. So obviously, like I said, he ended up being okay. Hopefully, maybe he misses a match or two. We'll have to manage without, but it could have been so much worse. We could have lost him for a year or more. So what more can you ask for, right? Childhood club, and you're scoring in a World Cup final for them. You can't really. It doesn't really get better than that. So, shout out to him, and just shout out to everybody. I mean, this treble doesn't happen. These 5 trophies don't happen without every single member of that team. So every single one of them putting in the work and putting in the time to make sure that we're the best team we can be. So just a round of applause to all of them. In all honesty, they did incredible. So the silver ball for the second best player of the tournament was Kyle Walker. Although his recent haters will probably say otherwise, but he played very well. He did incredible, great passing. His defending was great. A lot more. Excuse me. Sorry about that. A lot more of just, I think, defending with a little more urgency in a way is kind of the way I want to say it. Trying to cut off runs and things like that. So shout out to him. The golden ball went to Rodri, top player in the tournament again. So that's 3 or 4 this year. It's incredible how good he is, and incredible how little credit he still gets, but just absolutely incredible. So, Club World Cup champions. I already have my jersey pre-ordered with the low World Cup badge on it, and I probably will be getting more. I have spent so much money on this team this year, and I'm excited for the year to be over, so I stopped spending money on this team. But if they want to keep winning trophies, that is perfectly fine. Just keep taking my money, I guess. I'll be stuck in this apartment here without being able to afford a house because City keeps winning. So, just it's just incredible. So it's kind of hard for me to put into words because I've followed this team as long as I've been following professional football. So it's incredible to see that the heights that they've come to and everything, and they're just incredible. There's no other word for it. They're incredible. It's been an incredible season, and I look forward to see what the future can bring. Like I said, I don't think the 5 trophies will ever be topped, but if they want to top it and throw a Carabao Cup in there too, I won't complain. So obviously, won't be happening this year. We're already out of that, but Club World Cup champions at the end of the day, and another trophy for us heading into the holiday period. A nice little boost for our fans, and another boost with United losing this weekend, Liverpool, Arsenal drawing, Villa drawing. So we got a bunch of Christmas presents in the form of results. But before I get into more of that, injury report, De Bruyne is back in training. I don't expect him to start against Everton. I would expect him to get subbed on and get some minutes, and hopefully he's good to go and ready. From what I've heard, Doku is back in training. Haaland is not yet. So we'll see if Doku gets minutes against Everton. I wouldn't expect Haaland to. Maybe back by Sheffield. We'll see. We're managing right now without, and we play some teams lower in the table. So hopefully we can manage without, get 6 points over the next week, and put ourselves right back in that title chase that we have never been out of, by the way. So as far as transfer rumors, sounds pretty official that Calvin Phillips will be leaving in January, and it doesn't sound like we will be bringing in any new players either. So I know a couple names have been thrown around, a couple big names. I'd imagine if Rodri's injury would have been worse, we might have shopped around a little bit, but I don't expect us to be doing that because he seems to be okay. So Phillips to leave, and I don't think we'll be replacing him now. And I think any transfers, next time you'll see players coming in, will be in the summer. So, like I've said, credit to Phillips. He got all these medals, all these trophies. He's another one who, again, we don't win these without him. I know he didn't play a big role, but everyone plays a role in this. So he was there. He was a part of the entire season-long struggle. So all the best to him. And hopefully he succeeds wherever he ends up going. I've heard potentially Newcastle, Juventus, anyone but United. That's all I care about. So as far as the upcoming week, 2 matches this week again. We don't have a Boxing Day match. I wish we did. I'm off of work on Boxing Day, but no Boxing Day match. So Everton on Wednesday the 27th at Goodison Park. So Everton's 16th in the table right now, but they've been playing pretty decent. They gave Tottenham a run for their money this past weekend. Got 1 goal ruled out, where another goal cleared off the line. So it could have been a 2-2 draw. And they're 16th, but without their 10-point deduction, they'd be in 10th place right now. So not as bad as it seems. I feel like they're a little hit or miss. They play an okay style, I guess. It's hard to describe. It's a pretty wide open style. So as long as we can, do what we're best at, I think we can beat them. Obviously, they gave us a struggle last year around this time, and we drew a match at home against them. But hopefully we can get the 3 points there. So just on current form, they beat Chelsea 2-0. They beat Burnley 2-0. A draw with Fulham in the League Cup, but they ended up losing on penalties. And then, like I already said, a loss against Spurs. So 16th place, could be 10th place. And I think it's a match where we're a better team, and we should be able to get the 3 points. Obviously, going to Goodison isn't going to be necessarily an easy match, but still one that we should be able to win, and hopefully we can pull that off. And then Saturday we have Sheffield at home. They're last. They're last in the league right now. They have 9 total points, and it feels like just a match we should be able to win. So current form, 2-0 loss to Liverpool, 1-0 win against Brentford, 2-0 loss to Chelsea, and then they drew Villa 1-1 this past weekend, which actually helped us quite a bit with Villa dropping points, as well as Arsenal and Liverpool. So, like I said, they're the last place team. We're at home. By then, I would expect everyone's good to go. De Bruyne, Haaland, Doku, all of them ready to go, and we should be at full pace heading into the new year. So 2024, we should have all our players back, assuming we don't get any injuries, and in these next match or two, and no further setbacks. But it's looking good. Like I said, Liverpool and Arsenal drew, Villa drew, 3 teams in front of us. Spurs won, but we do have that game in hand. So we're in 5th place, 6 points off the top, and we're in a good spot. So I said earlier, less than 8 to 10 by Christmas, and I think we're still in it. 5th, 6 points off. If you say we win that game in hand, we're 3 points off, in all honesty. I know we're in 5th, but I think we're better than everyone else around us. It's just a matter of actually getting the results and being able to play the way we do. So I think without the distraction of Champions League right now, obviously we have a little bit of a break on that. We don't have the Carabao Cup to worry about. The FIFA World Cup, we're past now. So we can kind of just for the next month or so just focus on our matches. We have these 2, and then they're kind of spaced out. I think we only have 3 matches in January. I could be wrong on that, but I think we only have 3. So it's just a time for our players to rest, recover, get a little break here and there, and just be able to get us in a point where we can make that run and that push to the title. Last year at this point, it took until February really for things to click. I know the season was a little delayed, just with the World Cup last year, but things didn't click until well into the new year. So we're okay. There's no reason to panic, and we'll be all right. So just in other news, the Super League is back. That whole fiasco a couple years ago seems to be a little structured better than normal, but we don't need any more matches. We don't need any more competitions. City already said they're not doing it, and I don't expect their stance on that to change. So we'll see if anyone else joins it. From what I've seen, it's not going to get anywhere because their format is like 60 clubs, and I doubt they even get 60 clubs that want to do it. So 60 clubs in their Super League format, 3 divisions. I don't care too much to talk about it because we're not going to be in it. But if you want more information about that, just research it. It's there's a video that breaks it all down that was going around that first day that it was announced that it's back. So I don't expect too many top clubs to be joining it. It seems like it's really just Madrid and Barcelona just trying to find a way to make extra money because they're not making it in their own league. But I've also heard rumors that the Champions League format will not be changing. It was supposed to be changing for next year. It sounds like moving forward they're going to keep it at the same format, which is good. The format was going to change to have more matches. I don't think our players need any more matches. They already play a numerous amount, and they don't need to have any more stress or pressure with more matches. So glad that that's going to stay the way it is. I think it's a good format in the way it is, but I think we're good. We're in a good spot. It's the holidays. So like I've said, enjoy the rest of your holidays, everybody. I know it's past Christmas, but enjoy spending time with family. Enjoy watching football, watching City, whatever you do to enjoy your holidays, do that. I truly appreciate each and every one of you that listens. This will be my last episode of the 2023 year. So thank you to everyone who's listened. This podcast, when I started, it's just me doing what I love, being able to talk about City. So I appreciate everyone who listens. It truly, truly means a lot to me. I'm grateful how much this has grown. Hopefully next year it'll grow a little bit more, and I can keep sharing my thoughts and opinions with you guys. So thank you for listening. I truly appreciate it. Enjoy your holidays, and like I said, do what you love, spend time with family, and whatever makes you happy. So yeah, that's all I got for you guys. So you guys know where to find me. Citizens Fancast on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. And you can listen to the podcast on Spotify, Apple, Amazon, Google. I feel like I'm missing one, but Citizens Fancast, just Google it. It'll show up for you guys. So I appreciate you guys listening. As always, if you want to share this with any City fans, feel free. I'm a very welcoming person. And any thoughts, suggestions you guys want, send them along to me. And I'll make sure I get those in the show. So thank you guys for listening, and enjoy the rest of your holidays.